So today what I wanted to share on is about my personal experience in terms of being a massage therapist. And I just wanted to share in light of, on the topic I would call it, the 7 things I wish I knew before I started my massage and wellness business. And these are just some things that I learned along the way in terms of business and the do's and the don'ts. And probably it could probably help someone who might be thinking about starting their own wellness business, whether they're a coach, whether they're a chiropractor, massage therapist, physical therapist, whatever your area of expertise is. These are 7 tips that I think could really help anyone across the board. So without further ado, let me jump right into those 7 tips that I would like to share with you. So the first thing that I wish I knew before I started my massage and wellness business is I wish I knew the importance of having a business coach or business mentor. And this is so important. It's something that I didn't know about, and I learned that this is such an important aspect to anyone who is getting into business, that having someone in your corner like a business coach or mentor can really, really help you to navigate some of the things that could slow you down or hinder you. And because these persons already have the experience and the know-hows, they can help you navigate and reach to your goals faster, help you to stay accountable to the things that you say you want to do, the things that you say you want to achieve, and they can really, really be a good support to you. They can help you to strategize, they can help you to come up with plans, they can help you to see things that you're not seeing, and it could really, really be a great asset or aspect to you and to your business. So this is something that I would highly encourage anyone to invest in as a massage therapist, as anyone getting into business. Really looking at investing in a coach is the most, to me, is a very important aspect to your growth, to your business, and to you scaling and going beyond what you want to accomplish. The second thing I wish I knew is that I had to learn first the skill of selling or sales skills. Now, mind you, as a massage therapist, you go to massage therapy school and you're not taught that you have to sell. You're not even really taught much about business and how to actually build a business. You're taught hands-on skills as to how to do things, how to treat your clients, how to defend muscle. You learn everything that you need to do about in terms of treating particular clients with ailments. You learn everything. But when it comes to the aspect of business, you are taught a here and there thing, I would call it, as to business. But it's not really anything in depth that you could really say can really help you to build a successful, thriving business. So part of being a massage therapist is that you have to learn how to sell, because you actually have to sell your services, and you're not actually selling massage therapy. You're selling a solution, and you have to be able to put that solution out there to be able to attract clients. And if we don't know how to do this, then we are not making sales, and therefore we are not earning an income. So I really wish I knew that part of being a massage therapist also meant that I also had to be the salesperson. And I didn't know that. I just thought I had to be the massage therapist, and I would do some great massages and I would do really good work, and then people will like my work and they're going to recommend me, and I'm going to get referrals, and clients are just going to come to me, and I really didn't have to do anything. And that is not the case. Selling is part of the business in growing the business. So that's something that I wish I knew before I actually started. My third thing that I wish I knew is I wish that I truly understood the importance of thinking like a CEO and learning the business side of running a business. Because being able to do good body work and having good hands-on skills in terms of being able to do good massages, it's not the same as having business skills, because business skill is what is needed to actually have a successful business. And when I say business skills, I mean in the light of knowing sales and marketing, having a marketing and advertising strategy, a sales strategy, being able to have pricing strategy. What is your income generating strategy? Branding. What is your brand voice, your brand identity? Content strategy. Learning how to communicate, hiring and staffing if it is that you want to go in that area. SEO optimization. There's so many pillars around business skills and learning the business aspect of running a business. Because when you're a massage therapist, you go into business and you think, okay, well, you get some call cards, you have a website, maybe here and there, you have a Facebook page, and then you get a space, you rent and you open a space and you make it real pretty, and you look at it and you're really proud, and that's a good thing to look at whatever you invested in and to be happy of how it turned out. But then you think that that's the business right there, and then you're going to probably post an ad or put something in the newspapers, somebody's going to call you, and then voila, you have a business. And then you really don't know anything about proper accounting, how to even I'm not saying that you don't need to know the ins and outs about accounting, but how to read a financial statement, all these different things that create the business side of things, automation, systems, procedures, policies, guidelines. All these are different things that creates the real foundation of a business. And not knowing how to do these things, it's just a recipe for disaster. So a lot of that is what I really didn't know getting into business, and it's just that I had to learn along the way, which made the process so much more longer to be able to reach wherever I wanted to reach, and was so much more at a loss and a disadvantage to having to not really be there at a faster pace in terms of if I had known these things before. So I wish I really knew the aspects of a lot of things that it took to actually run a business. And then we come back to even the mindset that, how you operate when you're the CEO of a company, or how does a CEO think when working under pressure and when things are not going your way. How do you deal with all these stresses? So it was so much that, one really needs to know, in the sense of how a person runs a business. And if you really don't know that, then everything can fall apart. As I like to say, you're going to just be running an expensive hobby. So that's basically one of the things that I wish I knew before I launched or got into business. And the fourth thing I wish I knew is that the business is not me, and I and the business are two separate entities. And I know as a massage therapist, we don't see it like this. We see ourselves as being the business. And again, it depends on how your business is set up. If it is that your name is the business name itself, or how you are branding yourself. If you are the sole individual as the brand, then it could be different. But if you have a separate business name and your name is not really the business, then you and your business are two separate persons. And basically, instead of I being the business, I just work for the business. And it's only when I started to see it like that, then it made sense. And that's why, my funds cannot commingle with the business funds, and the business has to have its own account, and I have to have my own separate account, because I am not the business. I just work for the business. So I wish I saw it like that before, and I didn't. So that's something that I wish I knew. I wish I was taught that, at the end of the day, you're in business, but even if you're a sole trader or you're the sole proprietor, then it doesn't necessarily mean that because you're the sole proprietor that you are the business. You are not the business. The business is the business and you are you. So I wish I knew that, and now that I know that, I just want to share it with others. You gotta see it as two separate entities. The fifth thing I wish I knew getting into the massage and wellness business is that I had to put myself out there. And being someone who is somewhat to a point an introvert, that was not the easiest thing to do for me. Because, I would probably say in a generalized way that a lot of persons who get into wellness and massage and the aspect of caring and, helping persons, a lot of times, a lot of us are introverts. So it's not that, you like to be in the spotlight or you like to be have all the attention on you. You more like to be in the background and work. And what I realized is that being a massage therapist, the job also entailed that you had to put yourself out there. And this is not something that, as introverts you like to do. But at the end of the day, the business is about sales. And in order to get sales, you have to do things in order to attract persons towards what you do. So you have to talk about what you do, you have to share what you do, and you have to create contents around what you do. And then in this time that we're living now, it's the social media age, it's the internet age, it's video, and creating content online is the thing. So and we would know that video is king. Yes, texts and blogs are still relevant to their own point, but now putting content out there that is actually showing what you do and putting information about things out there is what is going to bring an attraction. So not even only in the light of just content and online, but even in general one-on-one interaction, like networking and doing all these other external things, doing things in the community and sharing, doing webinars, doing informative stuff, putting yourself out there. And that is something that we don't necessarily like to do, especially being persons who are introverts. So I realized that being a massage therapist meant that in order for you to be known or to market yourself, I had to do things, or you have to do things in order for you to get that level of traction. I'm not saying that it's the most easiest to do, especially if you're like me, and this is something that I still kind of struggle with. I'm not 100% in the online putting myself out there, but I am getting there, I'm doing it. But it's something that I realized that you have to do because you have to attract clients. As we said, the business is not us. We work for the business. But in order for us to get sales, we have to do things. It's like working for any other company. If you're working for a company where you're doing direct sales in whatever aspect, you have to do things in order for you to gain clients, in order for you to make those sales for the company. So it's in the same light that we have to look at it as well, that we work for our company or the company, and we now have to come up with strategies as to what we can do to attract sales to bring it in for the business. So that's something that I wish I knew before I got into this particular space. And the sixth thing I wish I knew is about having a client attraction strategy. Because as I learned along the way, that getting referrals is great, and I am very thankful to all the clients that I have who would refer me and share with others what I do and recommend me, and I am forever grateful, forever thankful. But I realized that having or just basing your work on referrals is not the best thing to do. And yes, you can build your business around referrals, and people do it where they stay within that small circle of just referrals because they want it like that. But if you're looking to build your business in a particular way, and you want to have a bigger group of people coming to you, then you cannot just depend on referrals. You have to have a strategy or a system in place to actually get more persons. So we come back to the point where I was talking about business skills, where understanding the business side of things, that you need a client attraction strategy, you need systems, you need procedures, you need these different things to be able to help you to build a foundation of what am I going to do, what is my plan of action for me to bring in more clients within my business, and not just only have to depend on referrals alone. So that's something that I wish I knew, that having a plan for what is the other way of getting clients and not just depending on one way, something that I wish I knew before I delve into, the world of business. And finally, the seventh thing I wish I knew before I started anything, and I would advise anyone that running out to get a business space to rent and set up is not the first thing to do. I wish I knew this. And I say this because it's going to cause you heartache down the road. And instead, what you should do is you should be trying your best to create a clientele base first. That is what you should be doing. So you should be finding ways and strategies how to advertise and market your service and market what it is that you do first before you decide to go and do any investment. Have a bucket of clients who you're choosing to do home visits with them, and you're building up that momentum so that when you do decide to launch out, you're launching out with consistent persons who you already have in this group or in this bucket. Because this is just from my experience that I've learned that this is the best approach to doing it. And I've learned it the hard way. Trust me, I did. Because the thing about it is that, yes, you finish massage school and you think, okay, you're ready now, you know all these skills, and you just have to do some real good massages and people will just refer you, and you'll get all these clients just coming through your door because they're going and tell everybody, this girl is do good massage and I know I feel good, all my pain gone, and the whole works, and you feel that is it. So you have this whole fantasy in your mind that you're gonna just be seeing clients calling your phone, and that is not how it works. Truly, that's not how it works. And the thing about it is, you finish school and you said, you know what, I'm ready to start business. You run out there and you go and you rent a place, and then you hear crickets. So you're gonna get a few clients who you have probably told before you're having a launch. They come in and they support you a few sessions the first week of opening, and then after that, no clients. You have no clients coming in. You didn't have a plan. You put a little ad on Facebook to thinking that you're going to get traction. Nobody clicking on your stuff. Nobody calling you, nothing. All because you thought you set up a shop and then people are going to just come. And that's totally not going to work, because you're going to do that, and by the second month, third month, you're going to be out of business, because now you're going to be frustrated. No clients are coming into you, and yet you have this rent to pay, yet you have these bills, because you have your personal bills, then you have the business bills, and now you're up in the night worrying, and then you realize you're frustrated, and then eventually you decide to give up the place because you cannot maintain the rent, and then you're disappointed, you're hurt because you thought this was it. But then the thing about it is that we went about it all the wrong way. And I'm here to tell you that going and set up shop before you have clients, it's not the way to go. Have clients, build your client base, and then you could look at that. And that's where I come and I tell you all these different things in terms of what I said before is what I wish I knew. So first of all, I wish I had a business coach. So having a business coach, I would have been able to sit down and strategize, and then I would have been able to have a plan as to market, advertise my service, as to how I'm going to get clients, build this bucket of clients. And in the process, I have this coach helping me, teaching me, training me how to put the business together, what are the business skills, what are the different things I need to know, teaching me certain strategies if I need to outsource and get help learning these different aspects of things. So I'm learning business, then I want to be learning how to sell, because here I have somebody practically helping me along the journey. And then not only that, I would be able to feel comfortable putting myself out there, because now I have someone who is supporting me and who is helping me with the right mindset and to how to do things properly. So it's a whole set of things within this whole matrix that you need to kind of do before you say I'm launching out and starting on my own practice, because I have been through it. I have experienced it. I know what it feels like, and I am here to tell you from my experience, these are the 7 things that I wish I knew before I got into business. So that's basically what I want to share with anyone who might be listening in, tuning in. And these tips are not just for massage therapists or the persons in the wellness industry. It can be any field of business that you're in, that it can work across the board. You just have to remove what I do, put what you do, and make it make sense for you within this space that you are functioning in business, or your desire to go into business in whatever space that is. So yeah, this is my 7 tips I wanted to share, and I hope that it helped someone, or it resonated with someone. That is something that you could use, and maybe if you are planning to start a business, maybe you can look at these as being some tips that you can try to put it into perspective first before you jump out and do things, and then it turns out badly. And that's the reason why a lot of businesses fail, because we approach it wrong. We approach it with the cart before the horse a lot of times. I personally know that I did it that way, and I learned. I had to learn the hard way, but I learned. But just to kind of take that long journey away from someone having to go through that, you can shortcut and hurdle over some of the pitfalls by learning from others. So this is just me sharing this and hoping that you learn a thing or two based on my experience. So thank you everyone for tuning in today, and you will have a great afternoon.